We welcome you to the October 5th Board of Works, Connersville City. We ask that you turn all your phones off or on wiggle, so it doesn't make noise during the meeting. And we'll have pledge allegiance to the flag by Becky Gibson.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, prayer, please. Tim?
Yes. As my custom, I like to take this opportunity on behalf of my family, my church, and our community to say thank you. Thank you for what you do for our community. And our prayers are for you, not just for today, but every day. And so let me pray for you if I could, please. God in heaven, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the opportunity we have to be here and to be a part of this community. I pray for each one of these leaders that you will bless them with strength and wisdom as they do their very best following your guidance to be able to make our community as great as it possibly could be. And I pray that you will give them exactly what they need for today. It's in Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
God bless you.
Thank you. Now, the Connersville Board of Public Works is now in session. Roll call, please.
Brian Dahl.
Present.
Becky Gibson.
Present.
David Manning.
Present.
Jim Barrett.
Here.
And the reading for sending of the minutes, we have two. One of September 21st and also the meeting of September 10, which was by e-vote.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second. Motion second to approve the 2 minutes. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. New business. Is Tammy here? No? Okay, we'll go on to new business, letter B. Agreement with Strand regarding water main rehabilitation. Brad, please.
This is for the extra final design work on the Water Ochre Grant project. They had done the preliminary PER for our master plan, so it made sense for them to finish up the details of this project. So that's what you got in front of you.
Mm-hmm. Now, on page 4 are the compensation. Is that the full amount? There's nothing we have not yet
What was
disclosed.
the number?
140,000, and then some additional compensation for miscellaneous expenses of 80, up to 80.
Some of that is if they do inspection, which I'm trying to work it out, so we use Butler on the inspection, so that amount, I think about 80 something or 90 is the actual engineering fees.
Okay.
The rest of it's inspection and other stuff.
Good.
I move that we approve the agreement with Strand.
Second. A motion second to approve the agreement with Strand on the water main rehabilitation. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Scott, do you want to mention about the fire department's old chief vehicle? And
Yeah,
is that
it's,
what the Durango is?
yes, it's, I'm under the impression, I guess the animal shelter may be requesting that.
Mhm.
It's ready to go, everything's been removed, the decals, the equipment, everything in it, so.
Okay. All right.
Make a motion.
Second. Motion to allow. Made and second. Those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you, Scott. Then there is an agreement with a contract with Brackney on the 7th Street combined sewer improvement. You do not have that full contract in front of you, but had opportunity to view it at City Hall if you care to. Anything you want to add, Brad, to that?
Not really.
Okay. Anything we need to add, Rosemary?
And they were the lowest bidder, and they were recommended
By Strand,
by Strand.
okay. Those, entertain a motion to accept that.
So moved.
Second. Bid made in second. Those in favor of said motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you. And we have an information email regarding the closing of Lincoln Avenue. I'm assuming that's behind Dresser Roots there at the railroad tracks. And they will need to close that, date and time in here. They just want permission to close that, and I think fire, EMS, police, even dispatch has all been informed of the coming closure. So I will make a motion to allow this closure.
So moved.
I'll second.
Motion made and second to give CSX permission to close Lincoln Avenue for, it appears 2 days is when they're gonna work. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, and motion carries. Okay, department matters, Brad, please.
Normally, the meeting following the opening of bids, we would accept the bids, but I wanted to hold off because we had to wait on some information from SRF so that when we do accept it, it will be a binding thing. If we accepted them right now, then we'd have to say in lieu of them, their approval. So there was no big hurry, so we just held off. We have been combing over the budgets. It's getting down towards the end of the year. We're in desperate need for a couple of pickups over at the street department. So Rosemary's been kind enough to find some money in there that we could use to buy a few vehicles. Normally, I would bring quotes and bids and everything to you, but to buy used vehicles, it's very difficult to do that because the vehicles are usually gone by the time you bring them in for approval. So I'm asking for your permission to, we've been working on numbers with a couple of used car dealers, and it's very hard to gauge it. The price of vehicles is really high right now. Most prices of most decent vehicles has went up like $5,000. So he's looking for some, and we're trying to find some. I would guess that we'll be in the, let's say 45 to 50 range. to
For
buy
two?
it. For two.
Do you wanna give a not to exceed number for the board?
I'd rather you didn't. If we find something really good for a little bit more. I think we've got, do you want to put a number on what we have to spend?
I do not have that, but I can let everybody know what that number is. I think it's 75,000.
Yeah, and I haven't told you this yet, but we also want to try to buy a UTV. We've been trying to get one for a while for the department so we can do watering out of it for the downtown. We can spray weeds with it. We'll try to find one with a plow on it so we can do the sidewalks, Park Road sidewalk. We used to have a quad, but it broke down. We didn't replace it. So in that number, in that ballpark number that she's given you would be a couple of trucks and a UTV.
Yeah, we had talked in the past about snow removal on Park Road sidewalk and Fifth Street Bridge sidewalk to give people access.
Yeah.
Brad, are you looking for F-350s or F-250s, gas?
Or
diesel,
equivalent sizes, not necessarily Ford, but, at 350 or equivalent, we need to put the salt box on. We have a vehicle we need to take out of service that's had it. And if we don't get one before winter, we'll have to use that thing, and it's really not the best. One other 250 that we already took out of service, you remember that when we were over there earlier this year, the frame was rusted. So a 250 and a 350 or equivalent.
What's the
Hopefully,
pleasure of the board?
Mayor, I'd like to make the motion that we go ahead and approve Brad's request. Myself personally, I have enough faith in him that he's gonna get the best deal for for the city and for his department, so I'd like to make a motion to approve his request for the trucks and the ATV.
Okay, is there a
I'll
second?
second the motion on the pretense too that we're not going after an F-100 or something. I mean, if you can find an F-350 for $2,000 or $3,000 more, I would try to steer away from the 6 floors. But other than that, I would second that motion.
Motion is giving Brad opportunity to purchase at his,
Up to his, the
Up to
amount that
the-
he has.
okay, there is a motion made.
Trucks and an ATV.
Yeah.
Yes.
Motion made and seconded for the 2 vehicles and the quad, the ATV. So those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. It passes.
And you know, it may be December or something before we end up buying something. We'll have to,
Mhm.
we'll keep looking around. I've got people looking, and when we find a good deal, hopefully prices will get back under control.
Brad, do you have any plows for trucks that size, or are they all for the bigger size?
Yeah, we have lots of them. We probably do more
Small,
plowing.
Like a little 7.5 or 8s or?
We do
whatever?
more plowing with the pickups
Okay.
any more than we do with the dump trucks, because we have more people that can't
Small
drive
streets.
with the, don't have a CDL than we have that do have them, so.
Okay.
The paving, I thought they were gonna get started milling this week, but it looks like we're moved back a week, and I haven't had a chance to talk to anybody yet, but I guess they're gonna ask for an extension. They're having trouble getting stone, and so I need to talk to Joe Lisa about that and get permission. So milling will probably start next week, and like I told you last time, that'll be in the high school area, Western Hills, 9th Street, 24th Street. Trying to coordinate with them on the days that the school is closed to try to pave out around the school while they're not open.
Good idea.
As best we can. I just noticed that the fall break was moved back to the end of the month, so that's not gonna help us, but. So I'll give you more information when we know a firm date, but I think you can expect to see milling done probably around the high school starting next week. So people in those areas I just mentioned, start to keep an eye on them for the paper, and listen, watch on Facebook. We'll let you know when they're getting ready to, when you'll need to get your cars off the streets.
Okay.
I wanted to tell you again, Big Trash has 4 more Thursdays. It'll end on the 29th. That'll be the last Thursday for this year, so call the street department number 825-1421 if you have a big trash item you want picked up. We'll be stopping that so that we can start our leaf pickup, which will begin on the 26th of October and should run for 5 or 6 weeks, weather depending. Okay, so.
It's a good service.
Yeah, that's worked out really nice this year. The last thing, got everybody out working, cleaning sidewalks today. I don't know if anybody's seen them, but we've been really working on getting the sidewalks swept up. Things look so nice, I can't help but brag on everybody because they've been working extra hard. We've tried to step it up as far as making Connersville look better, and I dare you to try to find a weed in the downtown. Kathy will not allow them. And up Central, 30th Street, out 5th Street, they've done a really good job. The main thoroughfares look really good, so.
While visiting the Alquina Festival last weekend, I had somebody stop me and tell me how nice downtown looks, and that they were pleased to see a street sweeper going down their street. They couldn't remember last time that happened. So,
Okay, thank you.
and,
I'll
I
see you
would,
later.
something somewhat related, let me mention to you that I talked with Tom Creech down at the transfer station this morning, and he mentioned the pile of gravel, dirt, and debris that was brought down by the street sweeper. 104 tons of debris and gravel and trash that has been picked up by the street sweeper, which means 104 tons not along in your curb and not in the curb so that it go right down into the catch basin and stop up our sewers. So
And then
I
in the
thought that was-
sewer, and then in the river,
yeah,
so.
thought that was a
thing.
very good thing.
Yeah, we've been putting that in the dumpster and sending it over to the landfill. I was letting them dump it on the ground for a while, mainly because I just wanted to get a visual idea of what how that piled up and how much we were doing. And it got to be a pretty big pile, but, so now we're having it hauled away.
Yeah. Very good, thank you.
You'd think that you could mix that in with the compost, but it's got, because it's picking up in the curb lines, and you'd
Yeah.
be surprised the stuff you'll see in that pile when it's just sitting there, car parts and just every little thing. Thanks.
Thank you, Brad. I will mention at this time, Scott can come up if you want, but we'll mention at this time that Tom also reminded me that there is Community Shred Day this coming Saturday, October 10th. A Community Shred Day. It's from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the transfer station. You take your items down there. It will be on Channel 3 if not already. And also will be in the News Examiner on Wednesday and Friday. And on Facebook also, just to remind people. But that is this Saturday, the 10th, from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m.
This is the final one for the year too,
I believe it is. Yes, thank you. Scott?
Recently, the guys have had our rescue airbags out, training with them, and I don't know if you're all aware of what, the airbag system is. It's a set of very heavy-duty rubber, they're flat, but they're airbags, and if someone's trapped under equipment or under a car, we can slide them under a race. So they've had those out training with them, and then when we tried to locate a date on them, we were unable to do that. And knowing that they were purchased back in probably around 2003 era, I emailed the company, and the company sent me that sheet basically saying that they had a 15-year shelf life. So in the process of trying to get quotes to replace those, I run across an issue that there's only one company that's allowed to sell that
Authorized.
system in the state of Indiana. And it happens to be the same type of airbag system we have now, just a newer version. So I did get a quote from them for the price you see listed, and since it's a decent purchase price, I need your guys' permission to replace our current system.
Any questions from the board regarding this?
And that will come out of my equipment budget.
Okay, thank you.
I'll make a motion to approve Scott's request.
Second.
Second. Motion made and second to allow the request of $6,195 for the airbags. I'm sure anyone trapped will need that. Those in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. It passes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Scott. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Scott.
Catherine?
Hi, everybody.
Good morning, or afternoon.
I have 6 things I'd like to buy. Gave you a big packet of everything with all the quotes attached, and just was here to answer any questions you might have outside of asking permission to purchase.
Same thing that I had with Brad on the trucks, why,
We're replacing 250s, so
Yeah.
we'll be looking for that or
say
better.
equivalent or more. On the fencing that you were asking for, are your employees gonna be installing that?
Yes, they will.
They will be, okay.
And all this, it's my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, it's not all under the same fund. Some is out of pool, some of
It's
is
coming
out
out of
of,
different line items, but all out of my budget.
yeah.
No additional requests there.
Correct.
I'd like to make a motion to approve her request for these items.
Second.
Motion made and second to allow the request of these 6 items that these amount. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. It passes.
Thank you.
Appreciate what you do up there. Now, tomorrow is a ribbon cutting?
Yes, tomorrow at 3 o'clock, we are doing a ribbon cutting at the tennis courts, and the people from Reed Health will be down. They've invested over $30,000 in our tennis and pickleball courts. So we appreciate you guys coming out and meeting them and showing our appreciation.
What it reminded me of is, one of the things you asked for is the paving of the parking lots on either side.
I wish it was gonna be done.
Yeah, yeah, as nice as those courts look,
Yeah.
and then you look at the parking
It
area.
looks pretty, yeah.
So, that'd be nice.
As long as we continue to make steps forward.
Yep.
Wonderful.
Catherine, I got a question on the trees.
Sure.
Is there a certain area that you're looking to replace? Because I know there's a lot of them that's,
All of the
Wind blown
tree
and
in this request, those are all in Roberts Park.
okay.
What we had done is the guys went out and they had marked the trees that they could take down and then the trees that they felt we needed to contract out. And there was about 15 in each category. So I went to Gary and asked for pricing on the ones that we needed a professional to cut down, and he came back and said he would take them all for $8,000, and I thought,
Wow.
you can't beat that.
Is he
So-
taking wood, or can we, is there a way that we can allow the citizens to be able to first come, first serve, but they, I mean, that we'd have to split it and stuff? I mean, I don't just think
It's
it
probably
might be a
not-
wood.
I
Good
was just
idea to
gonna
get
let
into
him
that,
haul it away because
Yeah.
it's
And the
included in
liability.
the estimate,
Yeah.
so.
It's safety, liability,
Yeah, I don't want
cleanup.
people dropping things on their toes.
I mean,
and-
it's a kind idea, but
Yeah, so I'm
it puts the
way
city
from-
on a spot.
Is there a program in place to start, I know that we've put a lot of trees in there, but.
We have a tree donation program at the park. Right now, it's just $100 per tree. You have about 5 or 6 types of trees you can pick from. And I think we've planted maybe 10 trees in the last month. So that is starting to pick up as well. So, but yeah, we're always looking for tree donations too.
Yeah, I was in the park over the weekend and saw the ones that you've already marked with the X's and,
Those are ones that are coming
yeah,
down.
well, some of them look like they should have been out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we appreciate you keeping an eye on that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Kathy.
Thank you. Clint, EMS,
Good afternoon.
afternoon.
Should have 2 quotes. Did call a third, but they were unable to make my deadline. Actually, we barely got this in because your packets were, I guess, a little delayed. That's my fault. You can blame me on that one. So I just had found out about it, so it was kind of a rush. Let's try to get these together because because of the grant situation. So you should have 2. It's the same product. It is the same mill thickness, which is the wear layer. I'm learning all sorts of things about laminate flooring. So it is apples to apples. It is both of them are 20 mil, even though the one doesn't say it. I double confirmed it is 20 mil, which is the highest they recommend in a house is 12. So this is kind of a light commercial, but it's thicker and more durable than what you put in your home. These are real high traffic areas. And this would be to replace every bit of carpet in our station, which it really, the one gentleman who gave a quote said he put that down and he thought it was 20-some years ago. So, those are there for your consideration and approval.
Now, this flat surface flooring is for the purpose of cleanliness,
Yes.
any bacteria might,
Through the CARES Act, my understanding, and Rosemary can correct me if I'm wrong, but if we get rid of carpeting and we put a hard surface on, that's the only thing that this grant will cover. And we got a lot of carpet, so
Yeah.
that's what this is for. It tied in nicely with the fact that with the remodel already in progress, so I was very pleased that this grant came along at such a time. So
Did you already get this work done, Clint?
no, it is not done yet.
Okay, because this one says invoice, but
Invoice.
the other one says estimate. So.
Because I had already started the process and I told them to give me an invoice, so then when they added all this other stuff to it, they just left it as invoice. So both of these are estimates at those times, even though one does say invoice, so.
and the time frame to get the material and to finish the job all works within your time frame.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second?
Motion made and second to approve the request of the flooring. Again, this will be paid by that grant, correct? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Thank you, it passes. Thank you, appreciate it.
Thanks, Clint.
And one thing I forgot to mention, the new store up on 30th Street, Hypnodelic, donated us a whole bunch of really cool masks that are in bright safety colors. So they work out real good for the utility and street guys, and I
Oh, great.
wanted to thank them publicly.
So if we see them
What
out,
was their
and
name again?
Hypnodelic,
that's in
I don't
the,
know what they do there, but
Up.
that's a cool card they got.
up by where the old bank was, right?
I'm not sure. I haven't been there.
Or is that in the Kroger lot?
It's across
But
from the
you-
park. It's across from the park.
Across from the park? Oh, okay, where the phone place was.
No, by Parkview, I think.
Okay, good. Yeah, so if you see it out and you want one for yourself, that's, you know where to get it. Is there any old business? Seeing none, miscellaneous business?
What?
None? We'll go to claims.
City had $107,529.99. Utilities had $301,685.77, and the payroll was, 2 payrolls, and I did not add them, so hang on. $644,122.34.
All right.
Motion to approve the claims?
Second?
Second.
Motion made and second to approve these claims. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Is there anything from the public? Seeing none, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Second. Those in favor of said motion say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. We're adjourned.